Good morning, ladies and gents. So I'm back with another Conquerors Blade video, and this is going to be everything that you need to know about Season 5 before Season 5 starts in Conquerors Blade. So in this video I am going to be covering literally everything. This video is likely going to be a little bit longer, but I will put links, I'll put timestamps down in the description for you when to skip to certain bits if you only want to know of certain bits. So in this video I'm going to be covering literally everything Season 5. So firstly, the Season 5 release date is the 13th of October. If you still have Season 4 currency right now when this video goes live, make sure you spend that in the Season 4 seasonal store before the 12th of October. Once the 12th comes around and the game goes down for maintenance to go into Season 5, you will lose all of that seasonal currency. Make sure you spend every single penny before it gets to that date. I'm going to be covering the new region, I'm going to be covering territory wars, I'm going to be covering the new units, the battle pass and everything. Like I said, if there is only a certain bit that you want to see, go down to the description box right now because all the timestamps are going to be in there. Firstly, I want to cover the new region. So this time around, two regions have been blocked off. So we are losing Ostaria and we are losing Mao Yang. We are going to have the opportunity to start in one of these two areas. So we can either start at Attires or we can start at Daichang. Bear in mind, both of these regions are going to be locked off from each other until partway through the season. Partway through the season, the borderlands will then open and the new region will open as well. Once those new regions open, so the new region and the borderlands, then we can freely travel across the map and get into the different regions. The majority of the battles for territory wars are going to be taking place, I'm pretty sure, down in this new region because people are going to want to get down there and they're going to want to make a name for their houses to actually show off that they were the first to capture certain fiefs down in this new region. If you are a brand new house or if you're not confident in your skills or abilities, what I would say to begin with is definitely begin part of the season, stay in one of these two regions. Not only is are the fiefs going to be a little less, I think, like sought after, we're also going to be able to actually launch attacks on both Daichang and Attires partway through the season, which is going to be very, very interesting because these cities have never before been capturable. There are questions currently about new players, what's going to happen to them when they come into game, where are they actually going to start once these cities have been captured. These questions have not yet been answered. Once I find answers for them, I will let you know in a separate video. So going back down to this new region, this is the new region that I'm going to be focusing mainly on. The Conqueror city for this season is Regionopolis. This is going to be the main city that people need to actually attack and defend and keep to become known as the champions of Season 5. However, Territory Wars works a little bit differently this time around. So firstly, the Territory Wars are going to function at the same time on the same dates. However, there is now a half-an-hour preparation period just before Territory Wars. I'm not entirely sure what time it is on the NA server, but on the EU servers, Territory Wars starts at 7 PM British Summer Time and ends at 8 PM British Summer Time. The preparation time is half an hour before, so preparation for Territory War will start at 6:30 British Summer Time. This will allow you to build field camps, this will allow you to start gaining influence in a region, which is a whole new mechanic as well. To actually launch a attack on a city or on a fief, you need to have a certain amount of influence points in that region. Each region are the big areas, so if you are looking to launch an attack in the new region, then you need to have a certain amount of influence. The influence required to attack something is dependent on if you're attacking a village, a city, a fort, that kind of thing. The bigger you attack, the more influence you're going to need. You can gain influence by building either field camps or by building a banner down in that preparation period. Now, the banner, I believe you can only place one. That will give you a certain amount of influence in the region. The field camps you can place as many as you want in the preparation phase, but you will only gain the influence from one field camp. So you can't go building 10 field camps expecting 10 field camps worth of influence. You will only get influence from one field camp in that region. The fiefs are a little bit different this time around, and please do forgive me if I do get this a little bit wrong, because it was a little bit confusing on the actual dev stream when we were going through it with Drew, the influencer manager. So I believe the fiefs this time around are major fiefs, and you have the minor fiefs. The minor fiefs are things like the villages mainly and stuff like that. So there is a village in this kind of fief like area here, and once you capture Residina, you own everything in that kind of area. The village in this area, I believe, even if it belongs to a different house at the end of the territory war, whoever owns Residina will own that entire area, including that village. So that village's ownership will switch to the house which actually owns the major city in that kind of fief area. If I have really got that wrong, I'm very, very sorry, but that's as far as I understand it currently. There are going to be trading posts, there are going to be fishing ports. Some fishing ports will be capturable, some fishing ports won't. Generally, the smaller fishing ports are going to be the ones that are not capturable, so you can always use these to actually transport yourself around the map on the water through boats, which is the next thing I want to move on to. Boats will travel on a set path. You cannot deviate in those paths, and nor can you be attacked or pursued whilst you're in a boat. However, there is an RNG element to actually going on the boats, and you can lose stuff out of your wagon, including artillery. You can also lose units as well. Not only does it cost you bronze to actually go on the boat onto this path to get you to whatever area you want to go to, but there is a chance you are going to lose stuff out of your wagons, and also out some units as well. I don't understand what influences this or what affects this. I don't know if anyone really fully understands what does yet, or if anything does. However, if I do, and when I find an answer for that, again, I will let you know about that, because there must be some influence and factor on actually if you're going to lose stuff, how much stuff you're going to lose, and everything like that. Once I actually figure that out, I will of course let you know. The last bit about the regions that I just want to cover is the trading posts. So the trading posts again are going to be owned by AI. They cannot be capturable during territory wars. However, this time around they're going to be very, very important, because we are losing 2 regions. We're losing access to those regions' exotics. If you need those exotics to actually create unit kits or anything like that, the only way you're now going to be able to get them, other than through the player auction house, is going down to one of these AI trading posts. These trading posts will sell you certain exotics for a certain amount of silver. However, these are spread across every single player. These are going to sell out very, very quickly, and I believe the resupply timer on them is about 6 hours. That was what I last heard anyway. That may change by the time this goes live in our version, but that is what I've heard. However, the new region is looking very cool. It's very nice, very fresh, and it brings a bit of a fresh air, bit of a breath of fresh air to the game, which I think was needed. What I want to cover next is the new tutorial for new players. So I will likely make this into a separate video as well, so I'll just very quickly detail what this is going to be about. So right now, when you go into the game, you go in and you choose 3 units, and you go through a whole new tutorial stage where it puts you straight into a siege battle, which I'm showing you gameplay footage of right now. This puts you into the siege battle, kind of tells you what you need to do, what you need to know, and it kind of directs you in how to play a siege battle right from the get-go, instead of actually just once you chuck yourself in one, trying to learn it yourself there and then. It's a much better and more involved system of actually getting new players into the game, and actually teaches them a lot better as well in how to play Conquerors Blade, because Conquerors Blade does have a very steep learning curve, and there's a lot expected of you in terms of how to learn the systems, learn how to play the game, and learn what each of the different things are. This kind of breaks it down a little bit for new players, so it doesn't seem as daunting for people when they first come into the game. The siege battle is just against AI, and it does give you a bit of a glimpse into all the different weapon classes and a couple of the unit types. So it does give new players a bit of a glimpse into the game before they actually start venturing into real life siege modes with other players. So it gives them again a bit of a heads up into what they are actually expected to do in siege battles. Once you get through that siege battle, you are then given the choice of 3 different, I believe, tier 2 units to take into battle with you. These guys are going to be fairly easy to replenish, so the bronze cost of replenishing these isn't really going to be very much. It's not going to be detrimental to new players, and new players are going to be having decent units to play with straight away, instead of having to work all the way through the ranks to get them. Once they've also got through that, they will be put onto what's now known as the Hero's Path, which once I press F4 will bring up this screen here. Not only is this for new players, this is also for veteran players as well. So each and every single one of us, when we get into the game on the 13th of October, we will have the option of going through these 4 paths, which I very highly suggest you do. The first path is the path of valor, moving into the path of faith, into the path of justice, and finally the path of wisdom. As these paths go up in level, they obviously will have harder and harder challenges, but better and better rewards. Please bear in mind, at the time of this recording, these rewards may not be 100% reminiscent or showing off what we're going to be getting in our live version once that drops on the 13th of October. However, it does go to show you some of the kinds of challenges you're probably going to be facing in at least the first path. I cannot unfortunately show you any of the other paths because I cannot unlock them. However, the first path, the path of valor, this is going to be the first path you start on. You have a bar at the top. Once you hit 54 on this one, that's when you can move into the next path. However, you can obviously gain more points after that point to earn the final rewards of this path. Each challenge is broken down into 3 separate sub-challenges, obviously getting a little bit harder every time you go up, but the rewards increase with every sub-challenge. They're really, especially for this first path, they're very easy to do, and you can probably see the rewards that you are getting for them are not to be sniffed at all. Once you get to, say, like this one here, 50 unit experience tokens of 5,000 experience each, that's a lot of experience to this, especially if you're fairly new into the game. That's going to level up some of your units very, very quickly. I really suggest, no matter if you're at level 2000 or level 2, definitely go through all these paths to get all these rewards, because they're looking pretty generous in terms of rewards, and this is just the first path. Remember the other paths are going to be a little bit more difficult. Likely the rewards are going to be better for the harder paths. It's an interesting system, it's a very good system. I think it's a very needed system, this, because it gives people not only the daily challenges and the seasonal challenges to work towards, it gives people another avenue of how to play the game, what to work towards, and to get some decent rewards out of it as well. That kind of leads me nicely on to the Battle Pass. So the Battle Pass this time around is fairly similar to before. You will have a premium version of the Battle Pass. You will have a free version of the Battle Pass as well. The free version does give you pretty decent rewards. The premium version obviously gives you better rewards, plus as well you get the free rewards once you hit that certain level. You can buy the Battle Pass, you can also buy Fortune's Favour, which will bestow upon you 100,000 glory, which will get you leveled up through the Battle Pass a little bit quicker. However, I believe you can only buy that once, so bear that in mind. So as you go up through the Battle Pass, obviously the rewards you get are going to increase. You're going to get a lot more stuff as you go through the Battle Pass. Once you start at level 1, you will get the Regular Guards attire. It's a pretty cool attire. It's pretty decent, essentially, apart from the free Battle Pass and the Premium Battle Pass owners. You will also get Fortune's Favour, which will increase your glory earned by 50% this season as well. So you'll earn glory a lot quicker on the Premium Battle Pass than if you just stayed with the free ones. So just bear that in mind. As you're going through, you're going to be earning hero tokens. You're also going to be earning a new currency called Chalices, which I believe are only available after level 100. These these chalices are for Season 1 attires, which I am going to describe to you in just a second. However, I just want to be showing you the main things on this Battle Pass that you can be getting. So level 1 of the Premium Battle Pass, you're going to be getting the Regular Guards attire. Moving up the stages, you are going to be unlocking a few mercenary attire chests again through the Battle Pass. These are the RNG attire chests, which once you open them, it will just give you a random thing, and there's a whole host of different things you can get out of this, so it is fairly rewarding, especially if you're getting it for free. You can actually unlock some pretty decent stuff through these chests. Level 20, you will get the Reunification War Banner. Carrying on up through the Battle Pass, you will get certain emotes, you will get different emotes as you're going up through. Level 50, you will get the Vardariat unit attire and horse attire with that one as well. You will also get the Simichos title, which you can bestow upon yourself. Carrying on, going up through the levels, level 60 on the free pass, you will get a legendary catapult. These things are deadly, like totally deadly. Very cool thing. Level 70, you will get the legendary Strategos horse armor, and you will also get a Legacy of Fire weapon box in the free tier. The Legacy of Fire weapon box gives you the choice of one of the seasonal weapon attires, so you don't need to actually go and buy this. You can just get to level 70, get this chest, and get the attire you want for the weapon you are using. Carrying on up through, some pretty decent rewards all the way through. There's quite a few mercenary attire chests to actually unlock through this battle pass. Once you get to level 100, that is where you get the Strategos armor, which is the legendary seasonal armor, which is pretty damn cool. Just going to give you a proper overview of that because it is a very cool armor set this season. So going back into the Battle Pass and the seasonal store. So the seasonal store is fairly reminiscent of past seasonal stores. You have the first page full of all the different weapon attires that you can purchase with the hero tokens, which you will acquire through the Battle Pass. You have a load of different other items you can actually purchase as well, which are good to actually spend any leftover hero tokens you may have come end of the season. You will also have large sack of chalices. Now these will convert hero tokens into chalices if you're just after season 1 attire instead of anything in this actual seasonal store. To spend the chalices, there is a new tab. You go onto this new tab and it will show you everything which is available for chalices. Now these are season 1 skins, but not exactly season 1 skins. These are season 1 skins which have been slightly recolored or just changed up a little bit in terms of detail, but they're still pretty cool. There's a lot of people after these, especially if you weren't playing back in season 1, because there is no other way of getting these. This one, especially the antique Stygian Order robe, I never had a chance to actually get when I was playing in season 1. Will definitely be getting this attire because I think it's fairly damn cool. However, you have loads of other ones like the antique errantry breastplate. A lot of people wear this, or the season 1 equivalent, and it's a very cool armor set. But there's loads of different things in here which you can actually get, which are not available anywhere else. Challenges are split up into different weeks, again very similar to the past seasons, and I'm sure there is going to be a little bit of a story to go through, just much like Season 2. You cannot, just much like Season 4, sorry, you cannot pay these off with sovereigns. These challenges must be completed. You have 2 challenge resets as before, so if there are certain challenges which you don't think you're ever going to do, then just reset them, just to give you the chance of getting a challenge which will be a little bit easier for you to actually complete. Unit challenges, so this time around there are 2 brand new units, there are 2 promoted units. To actually go through these seasonal challenges, they will unlock at certain points through the season as always, however you do need to complete them in order. So you need to firstly complete the Sicilian Militia to then go up to the Symmetrian Stalwarts, to go up to the Symmetrian Paladins, to go to the Siphonori. You have to complete them in order, and as they go up in tier, more and more challenges are added to the page, and those challenges become a little bit more difficult to do as well. Just bear that in mind. Try and complete these in conjunction with the other challenges, so you'll have a bit of a synergized way of completing challenges, and you're completing multiple challenges at once is definitely going to be the best way I advise you of doing this. The Sicilian Militia are a very squishy unit, but I think if used well and shielded properly, I think can pump out a fair bit of damage. But just bear in mind, these guys do not have a melee weapon, they are very squishy, and they will die very quickly if put in the wrong place. Their ammo count as well is very poor. They will run out of grenades very quickly, so bear that in mind, because you're going to be having to run these guys back to a supply point pretty often if you want to keep them in battle. Definitely worth the go though, and I'm just putting a bit of gameplay footage up on the screen for you now, just so you can have a little watch through and see how they play. Quite good at using for sieges and stuff, blocking off choke points and bottlenecks and things like that, because they can put fire down, which will cause constant damage. Just bear in mind though that some units, especially the new units, will have a fire resistance, so these guys won't be doing as much damage to theirs as they would be other units. Symmetrian Stalwarts, now these guys were originally Spear Sergeants, which have now been promoted up to the new version. So one thing to be aware of with these guys are, these guys, although a new unit, do still count as Spear Sergeants, so you can only take either Spear Sergeants or you can take the Symmetry and Stalwarts into battle. You can have one of each in your barracks, so you can have one unit of Spear Sergeants, you can have one unit of Symmetry and Stalwarts in your barracks, and you can work up, level them up and do the veterancies in conjunction with each other, but you can only take one into battle. Just bear that in mind. So you cannot take one unit of Spear Sergeants and one unit of Symmetry and Stalwarts into battle. You can either take either or. That's it, you can't take both into battle. Exactly the same with the Men-at-Arms and the new Symmetry and Paladins, which is the promoted version. So the Men-at-Arms, again, very good unit, once promoted up, become even stronger as the Symmetry and Paladins. Now, both units, the Symmetry and Paladins and the Symmetry and Stalwarts, their veterancy points and lines are totally different. However, if you are promoting up a Spear Sergeant or a Men-at-Arms unit to this new version, you will carry over the levels, you will carry over the points for veterancy over to that new unit. You will, however, have to go into the veterancy of this new unit and actually build them up as you want, because they have different veterancy lines. Once you move them over, you will have to go through and just put points into something that you want to actually use. Finally, looking at the Siphonari, Very sorry if I'm murdering that name. But these guys are fairly squishy again, pretty squishy. Not as squishy as the grenade throwers, but they're still definitely not frontliners. However, you're going to need to get these guys fairly close to the front line because their range is very short. Ammo supply isn't too bad. Damage output is fairly decent as well, but they're fairly squishy. They're going to need to be used in conjunction with shield units to protect them. They again do not have any melee weapons, they will just rely on their flamethrowers. Quite a cool unit to play with, and I think again very useful in things like bottlenecks and sieges and stuff, but they definitely cannot be left by themselves. They will die very quickly if left by themselves, so make sure you are using them in conjunction with other team members to make sure you get the full use out of these guys. So I think that is everything that I have needed to cover from Season 5 and everything that you need to know about Season 5 before you enter it on the 13th of October. If there is anything I've totally missed, please do let me know down in the comments below and I will get back to you, and if needed I will make another video about it as well. However, let me know down below what you are most looking forward to for the new season. It's going to be a very interesting season, it's going to be a very fun season as well. Now the giveaway is for 2 codes, and these are going to be given away to one person each. So one person will win 200 sovereigns, one person will win 30 days premium in time for Season 5 launch. What I need you to do is, in the comments below, let me know which of the units you are most looking forward to and why. Is it one of the new promoted units? Is it one of the actual new units? Let me know the reasons why down below. I will put everyone that enters into a random name generator, and I will pull 2 winners out on the 12th of October, so you haven't got long to enter this one. One of you will win 200 sovereigns, one of you will win 30 days premium in time for the launch of Season 5 on the 13th. Thank you very much for watching, folks. I know it's been a little bit longer this video, however I wanted to just capture and cover everything. Again, if there is anything I've totally missed or anything that you want me to clarify or anything that you want to ask, please do let me know in the comments below as well. Thank you very much for watching, folks. As always, I hope to catch you out on the battlefield.